Hey everyone, this is Aquini and welcome to my latest video. Today we're here with more Once Human and we're here to talk about how to get better weapons and how to make your weapons better. Let's dive right into it. So when you start the game, you have access to Tier 1 and Tier 2 weapons. The Tier 3 and Tier 4 weapons that you can see when you're in the weapons bench, you don't get access to that right away. You will eventually get access to this. You see here Tier 1 and Tier 2, this is what you start with. Tier 3 and Tier 4 will come with the intermediate weapons bench. You get that bench when you unlock it in the skill tree. Again, the skill tree is called Memetics in Once Human. And this part of the skill tree is not unlocked until after you defeat Treant. And at that point, you will see that the intermediate weapons workbench becomes available. Later on down the road, the next workbench will become available, but I haven't actually gotten there myself in game. But I wanted to share that that is right there, right out the gate, one of the easiest ways to unlock better weapons. You definitely want to craft Tier 2, Tier 3, Tier 4 weapons as soon as you can. The materials needed for those coincide with the zones as you unlock them. So for example, to make the Tier 2 weapons, you're going to want to go and farm the Broken Delta area. So you start off in Dayton Wetlands, that'll get you your Tier 1 weapons. You go to Broken Delta, the mat set you find here will help you make your Tier 2 weapons. When you get to Iron River, the mat set you find here are going to help you make Tier 3 weapons and so on and so forth. So that's just a quick breakdown of the Tier 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 system. You will also see in your Memetics tree, the skill tree, that you can unlock new weapons altogether as well. So as you work your way through your dungeons and your storyline tasks, you will eventually unlock other guns. Once you get your primary weapons workbench unlocked, you'll have the ability to unlock your double barrel shotgun, your AK. Once you get your intermediate weapons workbench, you'll be able to get the SWS, the MG4, and then you'll even be able to get a flamethrower in game. Always immediately to find better weapons in the game. Way number 2, so that was skill tree. Way number 2 is blueprints. You're going to be collecting fragments of blueprints. So something that causes a little bit of a point of confusion for folks that are newer to the game is they see blueprints and they think they're picking up blueprints for new weapons and new gear, but you're actually getting fragments of blueprints, and these fragments need to be fused together once you've collected enough of them. So where do you get these fragments? You can get these fragments from gear and weapon crates from exploring the strongholds in each of the regions. You can get them from deviation point investigations. You can get them from completing dungeons. You can also get them from the wish machine. So quickly, let me talk about what blueprints are, and then we will talk briefly about the wish machine. So blueprints. I mentioned that you get blueprint fragments. So first, there are 2 types of blueprints. You get weapon blueprints and you get armor blueprints. Either way, when you want to check out which fragments you have, you can click on this blueprint fragments section here under the appropriate menu. And you will see, for me, I have a couple locked blueprints, but I have collected enough fragments that I can unlock them. I've been saving them just for this purpose. So here, we're going to fuse together these blueprint fragments, and there you go. I've now unlocked that sniper rifle, the Black Panther there. And that's how it works. So I have many more blueprints that I have not collected yet. That's all these ones right here that are grayed out. And again, the ways that you get those are gear and weapon crates, deviation point investigations, dungeons, and through the wish machine. So what is the wish machine? You will learn about it in a quest that you do in the Dayton Wetlands as long as you talk to the NPCs in the settlement. But it is this cute little gacha machine here. And you get it takes a currency that is called Starchrom. So this currency you see here in the corner is called Starchrom. A lot of people saw this and their mind went immediately to pay to win. It is not necessarily a pay to win. I can't guarantee that they won't incorporate some way to purchase Starchrom in the future, but I can tell you right now there are ways in game to earn this currency. And the ways that you can earn this currency include season challenges. I'll show you where you can find those. Journeys. Purifying Echo Stones, and then rankings. I imagine those rankings will be of a seasonal nature. I don't have a ton of information on that part of it yet, But here's one way to get blueprints, and in fact I will go ahead and roll one right now. So once you've gotten, let me step back a second, once you've gotten all of the available prizes in the prize pool, you'll unlock your next section. So I've already done the long awaited, and I've just recently opened the Waltz with the Wind. The next level prize pool isn't available to me yet because I haven't finished this one. So at this one, the cost for a draw is 500. I believe the first level one, it was only 100. But we're going to go ahead and draw, and it's going to have me play this little whack-a-mole game. I honestly haven't found any rhyme or reason whether I'm supposed to whack moles with the construction hats or not, but either way, you whack a mole, you get a prize. And that prize is blueprints. Or fragments, I should say. See. And yeah, there you go. I claim my prize. So that's an example of a machine that you know, there's all sorts of information in here telling you what the probabilities are and what the prize pool is, what your potential is to win. But I won't dive too much into that because this video is already gonna be long enough. We got a lot of information to go into. And you know, if I am going on too long about any one topic, please feel free to check out the chapters. I do have this video marked by chapters, and I can go into a deeper dive on any topic later on if you guys have more questions. So briefly, that's the wish machine, and again, I mentioned the Starchrom currency, so ways that you can earn that Starchrom currency. So I talked about seasonal goals. That's this tab right here. When you go into this journey menu, you'll see there's your Starchrom right there. You can earn Starchrom right there doing these tasks. They mentioned journeys. When you complete these categories, some of these categories, as you can see, have Starchrom as a redemption as well. There's also the Echo Stones that it has mentioned. Apologize, wrong button. There is a particular facility functional. This is right here, the Stardust Resonant Filter. If you process the Echo Stones and the cortexes here, you can receive Starchrom. So that's part of that function as well. And then, as I said, the rankings is additional another way. So that's how you can get the currency for the wish machine to obtain more blueprints. So again, gear and weapon crates from strongholds, deviation point investigations, dungeons, and that wish machine are all ways right there that you can get blueprints. Okay, so I'm going to briefly talk to you about enhancing blueprints. So you go back into the blueprints menu and you're looking at your blueprints that you have, and you will collect fragments even after you've already fused together a blueprint. But as you'll see, there is a tier and a star rating system for these blueprints as well. They are upgradable. So you can see they have a tier preview here that you can take a peek at. This does have the ability to go up to a tier 5. It's currently a tier 4. So we are able to further upgrade this blueprint. And if you click over here at the enhancement tab, it'll show you how you can upgrade it to the next star level, continue to work on getting it to the next tier. So it's going to require, of course, blueprint fragments. So I'm going to click on this, and that's going to get me started right there with this number of fragments. So I'm going to hold F to enhance, and boom, I've already upgraded it. And look at that. And I don't know if I'm going to have enough to do a second one. Not quite. So we can't enhance yet. We need to get more blueprint fragments, but that's quickly how upgrading your blueprints, and you can see the effect it has already on the stats. So that's quickly how you can enhance your blueprints, and now it's a 2-star here instead of a 1-star, so it's working its way up to be a tier 5 someday. That is enhancing blueprints. So let's talk a bit about calibrating your weapons. So here at the weapons bench, there's the option to calibrate weapons. You press H. This was pretty straightforward. You can take a peek at your weapons, and you can see right here, I don't have enough steel on me right now to calibrate my weapon, but you can see the options or the possibilities for stats improvement, the price in terms of energy link, and then what you need for materials. It is costly for Stardust sources once your weapons get of any quality to improve them, but these stats are quite good when they do get buffed. So it's worth it usually if it's one of your main weapons to calibrate it. So again, calibrating is a great way to improve your weapon. And let's move right on to modding weapons. Weapon mods. It has a section right here. You get into this menu. There's 2 different types of mods. There's active mods, which are your weapon mods, and there are basic mods, which go to your gear, your armor. You can also, I mean, the mods themselves are pretty straightforward. Let me see if I have any examples of. So the colors, I don't have any gray ones left on me, but there's kind of like a gray normal quality. There is the green quality, there's a blue quality, which is of course better. And then there's a purple quality, which is better. And I'm not sure yet, I haven't received a like golden legendary type mod, but if there is one, it's better than purple because I know I've seen it in the attachments and in the weapons themselves. So that is kind of the color quality of the mods themselves. You can read the descriptions in terms of you know, which effects and attributes you like the best. A little bit of information in terms of mods and attachments, and when it comes to damage type, well, more particularly modding your weapons really, but if you're looking to do damage against deviants, suppression is your best friend. If you're looking to do damage against protocells, impact is your best friend. And if you're looking to do damage against the Rosetta units, you want to focus on penetration. So those are the stats that you're going to want to focus on buffing. And the great thing about the mods is if you disassemble the ones that you don't need, you're going to get tokens, they're called in this game, and you're going to be able to reforge mods as well. And see, if you right click to modify on any one stat, this is the reforge screen. It shows you what you need for the tokens, which again you get from disassembling other mods. And then you can pick a slot and re-roll that stat. So this is something, again, once you get a piece of equipment and a mod and a loadout that you like, that's when I would start considering re-rolling the mod stats. So that's a little bit more end game, but again, massive way to improve your weapon, to improve your build. And let's talk quickly about weapon attachments. I think I've heard this question quite a bit, is how to get weapon attachments in this game, because there hasn't been a ton of clarity on it. But the two main ways that I have seen for getting the weapon attachments in this game thus far have been exploring riddle spots, aka doing the puzzles as you come across them. I'm not sure if you've run across any yet in your gameplay, but this can be as simple as lining up a billboard on the road. If you see 4 cones in a square across from a broken billboard, you're likely looking at one of those riddle spots. There's also a lot of other kind of puzzles built into the game, and typically the reward is a weapon attachment. Let's see if I have an example of a weapon attachment right now I can show you. So yeah, you look at the tactical right here, and I picked this one up from doing the exploring the riddle spot in Broken Delta. The great thing is if you know which weapon you're looking for an attachment for, you can typically hover over that attachment and it'll tell you where you can find it in the game. So this will tell you, I don't know where Northeast Lone Wolf Waste is yet because I haven't unlocked this area, but Chalk Peak, that's the region 4 that I'm in now, or in Broken Delta. So this kind of gives me a hint at where I can go to find the puzzle to get this attachment. Now, there is also another place that you can get attachments, and we'll go there next. I just wanted to show you here. It says exchanging at the Morphic shop. So the place that you can go to get these weapon attachments, we're going to quickly go to the settlement. Alright, so we'll just go here to Deadsville. Alright, and you're going to look for the shop guys right here. So I know here at this settlement, Deadsville, the guy's out back. So we're going to talk to this dude right here in the white coat, the white lab coat. We're going to talk to him right here. And as you can see, he is selling weapon accessories, which is exactly what we're here looking for. Now, a little bit about this currency. This is called Stellar Planula. You can obtain this by completing Morphic hunts and side story quests. That's the information I have so far. As you can see, I haven't gotten a lot of this currency to date. So I've had better luck doing the puzzles in game, exploring the riddle spots, when it comes to obtaining weapon attachments. But hey, if you guys have any hints for us on your strategies for obtaining the weapon attachments in game, please do drop them in the comments. Let us know. Sharing is caring. And I got 2 more topics to cover. The next one is going to be invigorating weapons. So this is very simple. Oftentimes you probably find yourself hitting E and being like, oops, I hit that button again. What I just did is called invigorating the weapon. And each of our weapons has a passive and ability, and one of them is actually regular, and one is activated. So you can see here hovering over the shotgun, I have burn it all regular, so that's what my typical attack is on the shotgun. And then I have activated, and that is what is activated when I invigorate the weapon. So by invigorating your weapon, you're improving it temporarily, albeit, but you are improving it. So in those big moments, those boss fights, or in a pinch, make sure you're invigorating your weapon to help get you through that. So that was a very quick one. And then the last bit for this video on, again, getting better weapons and then improving the weapons you do have is going to be talking about the Cradle. So the Cradle is another way to get buffs for your weapons and attack in the game. So the way that the left side works is that you unlock another section of skills that you can apply the more deviations that you've obtained. And it does appear to need to be unique deviations, because I've done dungeons multiple times and I haven't, collected 6 yet, but I'm at 5 unique deviations currently in game. So it does appear to need to be unique deviations. But each time you collect a new deviation, you will unlock another section of this particular buff tree. And again, they buff different style attacks, so it kind of depends on what your loadout is, what your weapon choice is, as to which one of these you're going to choose. Now, you can have as many of these on the left unlocked as possible, but how many you can equip depends on what's going on the right side over here. So the right side over here, these are particular tasks in game that you need to complete in order to unlock. A lot of them are dungeons, so this was like I want to say this first or second dungeon. I wonder actually if I unequip these, if we can see. No, I can't see what the slots are now. But these were dungeons, and then these are silos. So if you don't know what the securement silos are all about, we'll do that in another day. But you can see the icon on the map. It's another, it's just another event in game. You go, you do the objective, you get a reward. But you got your dungeons here, you got your silos here, and as you complete these, you unlock a new slot that you can then equip with a particular weapon buff from the left side. So you need to do your deviation collections, and now you should clarify that this is not simply doing the dungeons and getting the deviation in your backpack. You actually need to put it in the container. I apologize, the word's escaping me at the moment. Let me see if I can. I don't think I can pull up my build menu here. No, of course not. That wouldn't make sense. The containment unit. You need to actually put it in the containment unit for it to count under that. So just a heads up on your collecting deviations. You actually need to build the containment units and put the deviations in the containment units for that to count. And then yeah, the more silos you do and the more dungeons you do, the more of these spots you'll have unlocked, and the more buffs you'll be able to apply to your weapons, and therefore, improve your weapons and your loadout collectively. So to do a quick recap, I'm sorry this has been a long video again. I hope that you have been just checking in at the chapters to revisit the things that you need, and I may do a deeper dive into 1 or 2 of these areas going on in the future. So if you have any questions, anything you'd like me to look into further, explain further, please, again, drop the suggestions in the comment. But we covered unlocking new weapons, the tier 3, tier 4, tier 5 weapons in the skill tree, unlocking new weapon types in the skill tree, the Memetics tree. We covered, how blueprints, where to get them, how to fuse them. We covered calibrating your weapons and enhancing your blueprints. We covered modding weapons and where to get mods for your weapons. We've covered damage types and what's best against which enemies. We have covered weapon attachments and where to get those. We have covered invigorating your weapons and unlocking their special abilities. And lastly, we have covered the Cradle and unlocking those buffs. So that's quite a bit there that goes into your loadout and how to get better weapons and how to improve those weapons. So please let me know what you think will be most effective for your build. If you found any of this helpful, I would appreciate a like or a sub on the video. And thank you just so much for your time and watching this video. And stay tuned for the next one. We'll do a deeper dive on some of these topics. Thank you.